In this segment, we're going to take a look at adding some of the more common PC components. Usually those are NIC cards, network interface cards, as well as memory. We're going to use a network interface card to begin with. We've got that card in front of us, as well as a screwdriver, should be the other tool we need, as well as some anti-static protection, be it a mat or a wrist strap is always my preference. We've got an older machine here. We're going to undo the single thumb screw on the back, pull that out, get rid of the cover, lay this down, and get to work on it. Alright, in this case what we're going to add is an expansion card, which also happens to be a NIC card, network interface card. You can see it has the legacy BNC connector there, as well as the RJ45. So we're going to use that. When we open the machine up, we typically have a bar across here just for bracing. It says it's not a handle. Simply remove that and get it out of our way. We want to take one of the blanks out, so we'll use the screwdriver to do so. Some of the newer cases are toolless, so you do not need to use a screwdriver to remove the blanks. In this case we do. Be sure and set the screw aside where you can find it. You're going to want to use it to hold the card in place after you put it in. Take the blank out, save the blank. If you ever have to remove a card, you want to use the blank to put it back in to keep the dust and such from getting in. We're going to take our card, line it up over the expansion slot, make sure it's securely in place and we're not crimping any wires. Press down firmly until it's seated, and now insert the screw back in to hold it. A lot of times people will ignore putting the screw in. You'll see that was the case with this one and this one as well. The problem with that is you get something called chip creep, in which case the cards heat up over time and then they cool down when the machine's turned off, and they'll work their ways out of the socket, and you don't want that. You want them to stay securely in there. This one is in place. The other component commonly added, we mentioned, was memory. Memory is right here. It's usually inserted either a slight angle or a 90-degree angle. This is straight up 90-degree angle here. We can remove the memory that is there by undoing the connectors and pulling it out. New memory would be inserted the same way if we have one with more RAM, or even if we want to add additional memory, we've got a couple more banks there, we can do so. To insert the memory, simply line it up directly. Make sure you never touch the connectors along the bottom. That's really true of any expansion card as well. The oil on your fingertips and such can cause damage. So we're going to line this up with the bank, press down firmly. The connectors will pop up in place, hold it securely. We're ready to put the not a handle support back in its location. Now that the card and memory are in place, all we need to do is put the cover back on and we're ready to go. If the card that you installed was plug and play, it will be recognized by the operating system when you boot up. If it is not plug and play, such as a legacy device or otherwise not recognized, you simply need to install the driver, and that's done through the operating system.